So I've got a couple little things I wanted to share just based on the wild world of tipping in restaurants. So one of these I read about back in April, but then this stuff is just now kind of coming to the surface. I'll share this one first. This is Emily Brown writing for Unilad. The staff at Alfredo's Cafe in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which if that sounds familiar, that is actually mentioned in an episode of The Office.
Good news.
We get to go home.
Guess who just ordered from your favorite pizza place, Alfredo?
Wait. Alfredo's Pizza Cafe? Or Pizza by Alfredo?
Pizza by Alfredo.
Oh no, it's bad. It's real bad. It's like eating a hot circle of garbage.
Which is just one of my favorite just phrases. But the real Alfredo's Cafe was left stunned in June 2022 when a customer named Eric Smith came into the cafe, ordered a $13.25 stromboli, and then left a $3,000 tip.
Oh, awesome. I love when people do stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be nice. His server, Mariana Lambert, understandably became emotional when she saw how much he had tipped. Quote, "It really meant a lot to me because everyone's going through stuff. It really touched my heart." Wanting to make sure that the money hadn't been left by accident, Matt Martini of Alfredo's Cafe went out to the parking lot to verify the figure and collect additional ID from Smith, who had written "Tips for Jesus" on the check.
Okay.
So
this check was not valid.
Well, no, he'd written it in the tip line and he charged with his credit card. So they were like, all right. And they got a picture of his driver's license just in case he tried to try some shit. So when Martin asked about the note, Smith explained that he had been inspired by a mid-2010 social media trend known as Tips for Jesus and decided to get involved after experiencing Lambert's hospitality. And I had to look this up. This was like a thing that some asshole from PayPal started doing in like 2014, where he would just leave like gigantic tips and write "Tips for Jesus" on there.
Are we supposed to give it to the church? What, like?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He said that it was agnostic in nature, which I was like, but then why did you write that?
Why write tips for Jesus?
Why are you writing this on there? But it was just one of those like, weird Twitter things circa like 2014 that I was trying to figure out. But this guy, a full 10 years too late, was like, ooh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm
doing the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pour ice on myself and listen to Gangnam Style by Psy. It'll be fucking great.
So
cold. Yeah. I'll put
after that crate challenge. After that, cinnamon challenge.
Oh, the crate challenge was that was awful to watch.
Great days.
Watching
poor people hurt themselves.
Oh, man.
When anybody over 30 doing that, just why are you doing that?
Oh, there was that one. It was like a guy who's like 50s doing it. Like, no.
People doing it in slides.
So in spite of Martini's effort to make sure that the tip was above board, the situation took a turn for the worse a few weeks later when the cafe received a letter to say that Smith was now disputing the claim. Fucking asshole, dude. I was like, I kind of support that if it's Louis Vuitton. Have you seen that where the guy is buying, I don't know if it's real, but a guy on TikTok is like buying a bunch of shit at Louis Vuitton and then immediately calls his credit card and be like, my car got stolen.
Oh, wow. You know what, though? For like a big old company, yes.
Yeah.
Or like a small little like local chain restaurant, no.
If it's Louis Vuitton,
a server,
cool. If it's a place whose entire claim to fame is they got mentioned once on The Office in 2009 or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, please don't fuck with them. But so he disputed the charge for a tip. Zachary Jacobson, who works at the cafe, recalled, quote, "We thought somebody was actually trying to do a good thing. And now we are, 3 months later? Not even. And there's nothing. There's nothing to show for it at this point. But since Alfredo's had already given the $3,000 to Lambert, they were forced to repay Smith out of their own pockets. So the good news is that the waitress got the thing. The bad news is that the restaurant is now literally out of money.
I know, it's a local chain. They're not making that much money. Like the margins on restaurants, especially one that's like at best a local regional chain.
$3,000 bankrupted them?
It didn't bankrupt them, but
that's a lot of money out of a restaurant's coffer.
Yeah, the quote is, it says, unfortunately, we have to file charges through the magistrate's office because now we're just out of this money at this point. And they told us to sue him, so that's what we're going to end up doing, I guess.
That's what
Small claims court.
Yeah.
He's going to be liable. Like, they did everything they could to verify it.
They took a picture of his ID on the way out. Like, dude, you're nailed. You're nailed to the wall, man. You're not getting away with that shit.
If you tweeted it immediately, maybe.
Right.
3 months later, fuck you.
Yeah. But also I would say, like, if you are going to do this, fucking give them cash because they're going to be taxed on this.
True.
This is the thing.
She's allowed to pay 10% at minimum. I don't know what the tax is in Pennsylvania, but
yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was real shitty, but also weird that it's a thing from the mid 2010s that somebody just decided to bring back for no reason.
Challenge, and then I'm gonna do it like in the shittiest way possible.
Yeah.
Well, there's this new thing called blessings.
Oh, what's that one?
Which is but the same thing.
Oh,
they just
same
I'm
idea.
going to give you a blessing, and they just
Crazy
hand someone
tip.
a bunch of money. Yeah.
It's better though than the people who are like who write in the tip line something like stupid, churchy, Jesus-y.
Oh yeah, I still have somewhere. It was like folded up. It looks like a $10 bill, and then you open it. It says disappointed. Go to church or something like that. Like I was
Are
like,
you fucking homeless
Like,
and desperate for money? Go to church.
Yeah,
heathen.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize how close to death you are.
I get not like going to a restaurant because you have to. Sort of like sometimes people do have to like go to restaurants rather than because they don't have any food at home and they're desperate, and especially if you got kids. If you're an old person or you got young kids,
right?
I get going to a restaurant because it's like you're just trying to feed. You're just trying to get fed.
Yeah. Where did you work, by the way?
I worked a couple places, but the biggest place I worked is the Cheesecake Factory in San Francisco.
Oh shit!
At the top of the Macy's building. I worked there from right after they opened, maybe a year or so after they opened. And I worked there for 3 years.
I'm endlessly fascinated with how that place works with such a huge menu.
Oh, you have to take a test. And you have, at the time,
I bet.
I think you have to pass with like a 75% now, but when I worked there, it was 85 or 90%. You would have to know the menu. You took a class for a week.
Yeah.
Now I think you take a class because like the training at the time, it cost a lot of money. Because they were paying a senior or a team lead server to teach a class for a week about this menu. And they were cooking stuff for us for the class that we could taste it all.
Yeah. Well, the first time I went there, no big deal. We closed it down.
Yeah.
We closed. They were closed when we walked out.
I worked there from 1999 until 2002.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
And I quit in a blaze of glory.
Oh.
Because my cousin and I, we both worked from like Halloween through all of the holidays, double shifts almost every single day.
Shit.
And then I wanted my birthday off, which is in February. And that's literally, I was like, I will work every shift you ask me to. All I want is my birthday and the day after off.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go drink and do drugs. And they didn't give it to me. And I quit in a blaze of glory. I faxed corporate, told them and I was like, that place was like a hotbed. Like there were managers who were sexually harassing people.
Oh, shit.
They were not giving us our proper breaks.
Whoa.
So I wrote a huge letter, faxed it everywhere. Like, and this is fax days.
Yeah.
This was before email. Like, it was email, but it was way easier to just fax it.
Damn.
And then I like came into work the next day. I was like, I'm just here to pick up my last paycheck. And my manager pulled me into the walk-in and tried to get me to like take it all back. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Really fucked up.
I'm going to send a follow-up fax where I'm like, never mind.
Every day for 3 months. I asked for 2 days off. And not only would you not give it to me, I put it in the book where we had to put our days off that we wanted off.
Jeez.
And I was like, fuck, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
But a year and a half, almost 2 years later, I got a $10,000 settlement.
Whoa.
From a class action lawsuit because they got taken to class action.
Shit.
For all of, and they had so much evidence. A lot of the evidence they used was what I faxed.
Whoa.
It was still in their stuff. So my cousin and I both got huge settlements.
Oh, nice. Shit. That's awesome.
That's what I used to move down here to LA the first time.
Nice.
I still eat there though. Food's delicious.
That's what I mean. I was so impressed by how they got everything out. I literally went into the kitchen and just kind of poked my head in because I just wanted to see what their setup was. And the guy who was in there goes, "Oh, are you looking for the bathroom?" I was like, "No, I'm just looking to see how you did that just now."
They do it like fresh, but now.
So you are the worst. Hold on, that is the worst thing I've ever heard because I've worked in a kitchen too. When people poke their head back in the kitchen to see what's going on, you want to hit them in the face with a frying pan.
I didn't think anybody was back there.
Well, that's
I wasn't trying to talk to anybody. I just wanted to look at their ticketing system.
Sneak around Cheesecake
Factory like kitchen. There's two setups. There's the front one that usually faces the customers in most Cheesecake Factory restaurants, at least the ones I've ever been to, that or have all the stations where your food actually comes out.
Yeah.
But then there's a huge prep kitchen.
Right.
Like that's why Cheesecake Factories are so big.
Yeah.
And even though the dining room is huge, like the kitchen is like almost as big as the dining room.
That's what I wanted to see because all of our shit came out at the exact same time. So it was like pasta, salad, steak, like everything at once.
Yeah.
And we had a huge table. So I was like, how did they do that? I wouldn't try to talk to anybody. I literally just wanted to look at it.
No, it doesn't. That part doesn't matter.
There's a gigantic prep kitchen.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't.
The kitchen
It does.
where all the line cooks work that, and they all work the different stations. There's a salad, pasta, soup.
If somebody poked their head into the kitchen and we didn't see anybody, it's a tree falling in the woods. Nobody fucking has to know about
Now there
it.
is like a few
The confidence
things,
of a
that
white
are,
man
like,
in
pre-prepped
America.
or
Come on.
frozen,
I should just be able to do whatever I want.
Yes, no one else is interested in food preparation.
I have decided this causes harm to no one. Therefore, I can do what I want.
Yeah, like the most impressive thing about Cheesecake Factory is that they're doing a significantly bigger portion of food fresh than you would think.
Thank you. And I was fascinated by how that happened.
Like,
So you went to the closed down kitchen to see.
Yeah, I'm a curious little cat. I didn't expect to see the chef, and he was very nice about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, come look."
Yeah.
Wow.
And then was like showing me around and shit. Yeah, they had more than cleaned up. We were there way longer than we were supposed to be. So that would be our infraction, if anything, would be sitting there and drinking fucking.
And they'll let you that's the other. That's
Malibu rum drinks into the evening.
Is that they'll let like a customer like Rivers just sit there and like if they're in your section.
Yeah.
You might be fucked for a long time. Now, eventually, like the managers will take over, but you got to be there for like an hour past closing.
Wow.
Before the manager will be like, okay, you can go home. I'll sit here with them. And like they really won't. They'll like encourage you, but they won't just say you got to get the fuck out of here.
That's
They'll
crazy.
And I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking policy. But if you have a Cheesecake Factory in your town that you hate, go do that. Because it'll take a lot for them to be like, okay, now you got to go.
So so it is not the restaurant you have to worry about being like, oh, they're about to close. We shouldn't go in there.
They'll give you the stink eye. They'll be like, are you guys done? They'll do that shit. It'll be very passive aggressive, but it'll take like you'll have to be there like a long, long time before they're going to be like, okay, now you got to get the fuck out.
Yeah, my favorite was a friend of the show, G.O.A.T. I was like, how would you? Because I'd never been there before. I was like, how would you describe the decor in here? And he just goes, Tuscany on Mars.
Exactly.
I was like, God damn.
What a poor person thinks a fancy restaurant looks like, basically.
A Persian person.
But it's got like the eyes.
Persian.
It's got like the eyes of Sauron and shit like all over the restaurant. It's fucking fantastic. It looks like 1950s sci-fi like magazine illustration almost.
It's 1987 Tuscany.
They do a great fried shrimp basket. You must try it.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, those steak medallions. Oh my God. I take my mom there in Birmingham every Christmas.
Is it packed?
Hell yeah.
I love the blackened chicken sandwich and the Tex-Mex egg rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the jambalaya.
Ooh,
but I get it with
yeah.
rice, not pasta.
Oh, I think I got it with the pasta the first time I ate there.
Sauce.
Yeah, there we
Extra
go.
sauce on the side. Then you can determine your level of involvement with the sauce.
Yeah.
The most heinous thing they do there is put the calorie count on all their menu
They had
items.
Oh yeah, that's
And
California.
they're like all more calories than anyone's supposed to eat in a single day.
That's the other thing.
The salad.
Every plate, the lightest entree plate weighs about 2 pounds.
Right.
The lightest thing that they have.
The salad is 3,000 calories.
You watch the servers; they're carrying 2 and 3, 4 plates at a time.
That's
Yeah.
like 50 pounds.
You're carrying like 10 pounds each arm every time you're
Jesus.
serving a table of floor.
That's insane.
I was yoked as fuck when I worked at the Cheesecake.
Oh yeah, I bet. Damn.
It's one of those places I would hate
I'm out
to
here
work.
looking like Linda Hamilton.
I would hate to work. It's one of those places
Terminator
that
2, Linda Hamilton.
Hell yeah.
people go there on their fucking birthdays and expect special treatment. And they also have the Skinny-licious menu now.
Yeah, that's new. I didn't have that one.
It's for people who go in there and just look at the calorie count on everything and go, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's something with
And the
700
Skinny-licious
less.
is still more food than your average restaurant will serve
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Which is hilarious to me.
This is sort of related. This was something I read on Reddit back in April, and when I read the other thing, I was like, "Oh, this will pair nicely." Y'all remember that solar eclipse that happened back in April, right?
Yeah.
The fake one?
Yeah, the fake one that was actually
Hoax.
government nanobots covering the sun.
Well, you see, the moon's just a projection anyways. They can project whatever they want up there.
That's right. That's right.
They just closed that half of the dome. Flat Earth.
So this is from Reddit user written on a page spelled Paige. So assume their name is Paige. So this was posted on April 3rd to Reddit. I'm a server at a taco restaurant in Florida. Last weekend, a woman came to our restaurant with a friend. She was nice, but kept trying to proselytize to me. She tipped $300 on a $40 bill and wrote on the receipt, "In case you don't rise up to heaven on April 8th. which is the day of the eclipse.
You know what? Love it.
I am so for this.
If this is how you think the rapture works,
yes.
Great.
Give away. Yes, please.
Give away your money.
Crazy people with money to give away. Please give away all of it.
Do it.
Damn, that's
Especially
fucked up
servers.
because they gave away so much money in the weeks coming up to that.
And especially the servers in the South where they don't really make minimum wage. They make less than minimum
Oh
wage.
yeah, they make like $2 an hour still.
Yeah,
And
when I was a server in Georgia, I was making $2 an hour.
yeah, and how long ago was that? Because it hasn't gone up.
Yeah, that was in the 90s.
Right.
And it's like literally it's maybe gone up, I want to say 75, 85 cents.
It's like 262, I think, or 272, something insane.
Yeah, I was making $215.
Yeah, it's like
working at the Marriott.
Oh my God, Jesus.
The Marriott Marquis during the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh shit. In 1996?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Waiting on basketball players.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And Secret Service agents.
Shit. And what? Were you around when the bombing happened?
Yeah. We were trapped in the hotel for 4 days.
Shit. Oh my God. I went to the Olympics. I went to one event right after the bombing, and boy, there was not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
It was judo, actually.
Like I was in the restaurant when it happened. I felt it in the restaurant. I was like, is that an earthquake? And then we found out it was a bombing. And then we were like, nobody could leave the hotel for 4 days.
Shit. Oh my God.
Damn, at least you're at a hotel.
Yeah, they did give us a room.
Yeah. So this is the same person. So that was April 3rd. The same person posts on April 5th. She came back today. My coworker waited on her. He knew she was the $300 tipper, but didn't give her any special treatment. According to my coworker, she kept asking if he was a Christian. When he said no, she started talking about how awful it's going to be for the sinners left on earth after the rapture, which she thinks is going to happen on April 8th during the solar eclipse.
Why does she keep going to a restaurant?
I know, right? It's like, quit bothering
She
these
likes
people.
that restaurant.
Yeah, she loves them tacos.
Scripture.
Maybe there's no other good taco places in this place in Florida. But she says, my coworker said that he thinks he'll do fine. He was kind of vying for a big tip, so he didn't want to contradict her belief too much. Mm-hmm. According to him, he took their orders as normal, served them, and then the woman tipped $777.
Jesus Christ. I know I love her.
And said that...
Do it for Jesus. That's doing it for Jesus.
And said that he's going to need it.
Yeah. That's rent.
Which is awesome because I'm like, yeah, I know I will.
To buy... From what? The other Satanists?
Right, yeah, I guess.
Non-believers?
I guess.
I love it.
Man, imagine a world where people who...
Sin is still doing
No, I'm just thinking a world where all the people that believe demons and stuff control the universe aren't around anymore. And the rest of us just have to fucking... I want
the rapture to happen.
I would
if
love
it's
it.
for those people,
Yeah,
I want it.
I love it.
So my coworker immediately ran to get the manager, not wanting to take money from this delusional woman. Good man.
Yeah.
Too good, frankly.
He's doing it for Jesus too. Everybody out here doing it for
I would be out the fucking door.
Yeah.
I would be gone.
And I'm done for the day. You're closing down my station.
I would be a cartoon poof of smoke if someone tipped me $777. Our manager
that's
then...
rent.
Hell yeah.
In Florida? That's
yeah. Depending on what part of Florida, that could be... If that's Central Florida, that's several months of rent.
We used to be able to make jokes like that. Have you seen how much it costs to live in other parts of the country now? It's not cheap fucking anywhere.
No, it's not.
Even the horrible places, it's still like... That's like a 1-bedroom apartment for a
Like my
month.
job might be transferring me, and I'm looking at rent in the 2 other cities I might go to, and I'm like, it's the same as here.
Yeah.
If not more. One of them is a little bit more. One of them is about the same.
There's that whole section of Florida between like, Orlando and Miami, like Okeechobee and, stuff like that, where I'm like, it couldn't be
But
that much,
the thing
right?
is, you have to find a place to rent.
Yeah,
the only places
that's
that are
true.
going to rent there are people who know that people are looking for cheaper rent.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is offer it slightly cheaper than what's in the cities.
Right.
And people are thinking they're getting a deal to live out in the middle of some place you can't pronounce, Florida.
Right. Okeechobee. Our manager then asked the woman if she intended to make that tip, and she said, of course, it has the Lord's numbers, and then left. So 777, which I thought the Lord was Father, Son, Holy Ghost. I thought it was 3, but hey, lucky number 7, whatever.
I think it's both. There's
It's both.
3 and 777, if I'm remembering.
I mean,
If I'm remembering my crazy Christian.
Either would be a decent tip.
Yeah. I'll take either.
I'll take 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So Friday is our payday, so both my coworker and I will be getting our tips from her today. If she comes back, and if she comes back April 9th, she probably won't be able to get the money back, but I honestly feel kind of bad for her. So the solar eclipse happens on April 8th. April 9th, she's back again today. adamant that her tips were somehow fraudulent and that we tampered with them. Her claims of fraud are literally impossible because we bring the card reader to the table, and it's up to the guest to decide the tip amount by either pressing a preset option or entering a custom one before hitting pay, and that's exactly what she did. So it is physically impossible for us to manipulate the tip
that
amounts.
Restaurant using Squarespace, they effed there.
Yep. Both my coworker and I have already received our tips with our paycheck. Fuck yeah, Paige.
Yeah.
And we obviously have to pay income tax on them. Returning the money to her at this point is literally impossible since we don't actually have all the money. My manager told her we couldn't refund the tip, and she stormed angrily out to her Mercedes. So,
Her Mercedes, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
She's a good Christian.
Totally.
Driving a German Holocaust car.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a good thing to be like, I don't need all this money. I'm going to heaven. That honestly is an honorable way to look at it.
Totally.
But she did it because she's insane. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Afterwards is a shitty thing to do.
That's a shitty thing.
Just imagine sitting in
that's
that house.
when you drive a Nazi car.
Yeah, that's when you drive a Nazi mobile.
Just imagine sitting in that house and then just watching the solar eclipse kind of go across your window, and then
just being like,
and then you're like
that
ooh.
episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
The winged man who just goes to an opening of a new shopping mall.
Where's Jesus?
That's a lot of damn money.
Oh Lord.
Shit.
How much totals? $1,000?
$1,000.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, which is 777 then plus 300. So yeah, a little bit over $1,000.
Dang.
1,077. Yeah.
Imagine what would we do with that money? If you had
pay rent.
if you had an extra 1,000 right now and you didn't have to pay bills, what would you buy?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I know.
We're all living like poor people.
I was about to say
we can't instantly think of something.
Yeah.